Hey, so what's up YouTube? It's early morning here and today's finally the day that wife and I, we pick up our Tesla Model 3. It's been a long, impatient wait for us. We've got up early, it's still dark. So why am I making this video? Well, even before ordering our Tesla, when we were deciding what to buy, we made a lot of, we watched a lot of YouTube, we made a lot of use of all that good content out there, both before selecting our Tesla and after actually placing our order. I went and watched every single Tesla video that I could watch, and this is my way of just giving back because there's not enough UK content out there. So this is just my way of kind of providing back, documenting my experience today. I'll document the next few days of when I'm going to be modding my car, doing some tints, I'll be dechroming it, I'll be putting a spoiler on. So I'm going to be documenting all of that and hopefully helping someone else out there who comes along and making that decision whether to buy a Tesla. So hopefully today we'll be documenting today's experience and how that goes. So let's get started. So the first thing I got to say is if you're thinking about buying a Tesla and you haven't placed that order yet, number one thing, do use a referral code. It doesn't need to be my code. If you know a friend or family member who has a Tesla already, use their code, help them out. It will give you free supercharger miles, it will give them free supercharger miles. If you don't know anyone, obviously it will help me out a great deal if you use my code, and I'll put it down in the description, and that will let me know that you appreciate what I'm doing, and that'll keep me making more content. Speaking of which, if you hit the subscribe button, I will be bringing you a lot more videos over the next few days. So if you're someone who's thinking about buying a Tesla or you just bought a Tesla, hopefully there'll be some videos that will answer some questions for you. I'm going to be diving into this all new as well, so you can experience it through my eyes, and kind of hopefully that will lead your way. But moving on to today, well, I've got everything I need today. Got all the paperwork signed for Tesla, sorry. Got my driving license, and very important, checklist of all the things that I need to check through on the car to make sure there aren't any imperfections or problems, because one of the things that people have had with Tesla collections is it's a little bit different. It's you kind of turn up in get a big group presentation, and then you kind of go off to inspect your own cars. And they have had manufacturing problems, whether that's kind of panel gaps or paint issues. So it really is down to you to make sure you go and properly check your car before you take collection. And it's not a problem, but from what I understand, if there are issues, they will fix it for you, but it's best if you highlight it then and there before you take your car away. So on that note, you can get, I'll put a link to this, but you can get one of these checklists that someone has handily done with a load of things to check off. So, you know, I've got my torch with me, so I'll be giving it a good inspection. I've got some masking tape. If I find any issues on the car, I can easily just plonk some masking tape on it, and get someone over to have a look at it. But fingers crossed, hopefully there won't be any issues, and we'll be bringing home our car with a smile on our face, which I'm sure we will do anyway. I've got my hard drive ready for Sentry mode, and the dash cam. That's all ready to go. I've got some, given the coronavirus fear at the moment, and we'll be traveling on the tube, so we've got some anti-bac wipes, which are quite hard to find at the moment. And I've got a little portable camera, which I'll use to document everything. So with that said, I'll go wake up my missus, and I'll get changed and get ready to go. Just thought I'd show you my little welcome home care package for the Model 3. As you can see, there's the longer I've waited, the more I've spent on this welcome package. We've got some plastic dip there for the dechroming. I've got some leather coating and some leather wipes. We've got some anti-fog coating for the interior and some Rain-X for the exterior. just to provide that good clean water repellent, especially given there's no rear wiper as well. I think we'll probably need that, and then I'll probably give it some good detailing and a layer of wax to keep it protected. So we went with a white car, and I think it's important to give it a good layer of wax to keep it clean. And I got some various other things like a spoiler to put on and some options on mats, but I'll take you through that as we bring our car home. So let's leave. Having our coffee, and kids are ready for school. Kids, are you excited for the Tesla?
Yeah!
What are you excited about?
Everything.
Like, what is good about it?
Ginormous screen.
The enormous screen. So you can play games, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hopefully when you come back from school, we'll have it.
Yeah.
So we're just making our way down to the station. So the Model 3 isn't the first car that we ordered. We actually ordered a Kia e-Niro initially. And that was fine. That was kind of the sensible decision to make. Good range, good size. We've got 2 kids. It just didn't wow us. You know, we ordered it back in September. We waited that in 2 months, but even after ordering it, we were still finding ourselves looking at other cars. And initially, we thought the Model 3, you know, we bought the Standard Range Plus. We thought it was out of our price range, so we didn't really consider it until I went for a test drive in November. And after the test drive, that sold it for me. It was kind of instant love. Placed the order straight away, cancelled the e-Niro, and that was that. And kind of one of the things with our e-Niro test drive was when we were taken for a drive, kind of the fellow who took us, he didn't really know much about the car. It was more me informing him than him giving us a proper experience. So that was a letdown. Drive itself, the brakes felt a little bit grabby. The single pedal driving, it was the first time I had experienced that, so I didn't enjoy the drive, and we still ordered it because I put it down to the fact that I haven't driven an electric car before. But after driving the Model 3, and their test drive was actually a good experience, you know. In contrast, there wasn't anyone there to explain anything to you, but they handed me the key and said, you know, off you go. And that was actually better because I got to experiment with it in my own time and got to get a good feel of it. And the drive was instantly better. I was instantly hooked. So yeah, that was that. Excuse me, is this going to West Drayton? Well, we've finally made it. It's a lot of Teslas. Hi, you alright? Here to pick up our car? Yeah, sure.
While you're waiting, if you feel free to have any tea, coffee,
Sure.
you can fill it out from the cars, and surely someone will be here to book you in and take you to your vehicle.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you. Cheers.
Right, ladies and gents, so we are going to be running the delivery presentation here for your Model 3s. So before I start, we do offer an express checkout. So if anyone thinks they know a lot about the Teslas, you've seen all the videos we've sent you, was in a bit of a rush, feel free to head over. You can just get straight in your cars essentially, so if anyone is in a rush. Oh no, there'll be a lot of the stuff will apply. We'll just go through a little bit more. Alright guys, that's it. So congratulations on joining the Tesla family. Hopefully it'll all be an amazing experience. If you want to head over to my colleagues just over there, we get into the car.
Yeah, got you here. So your white one, if I just flash the light. There's a flash.
Oh, yeah.
Follow me.
Thank you.
Very much. Yeah, you're free to go. You have
Sure. When we do want to go, do we just drive it out? Or? Okay. We're doing a little YouTube video. Yeah. And we just drive out. Where do we drive out? Okay, fantastic. And, okay, so we've had a little handover talk, and there's mostly videos you could watch on the Tesla website already. Just someone going through it, offering up questions to the audience, if you like. So I'm now going to just go over and inspect the car, so I'll put it on a time lapse. Alright, so I've gone through, I've checked the car. There's a couple of small minor imperfections on the paint. They said they couldn't buffer it out, but they were so minor I was happy to leave it. It didn't include a charge cable in the car, so I'm glad I spotted that, and they were quick to respond and got me a new one. I'm going to check the inside of the car now. Yeah, so that's our check all done. My wife's just walking back from the toilet. Get her to take the obligatory photo with the car. All right, let's go. Oh, it's quiet. Start first feeling.
Right U-turn to stay on Horton Close.
Alright. First feeling of nervousness. Okay, maybe single pedal is on because when I let go, it brakes. Yeah. It's because of the floor. When I let go, it brakes. So I'm not even using the brake right now. This is something that will take some getting used to. So we're just going to head over to the service centre to have a look at car mats. So I didn't have the rubber ones in stock, but they're 160, which is not bad. The official Tesla ones. But you can order it online, they said. Yeah, you are going to be nervous first time you reverse. Because I am. Nice pickup.
Right to the roundabout. Take the second exit.
Another Tesla. Yeah, very interesting number plate. Flight test. So the thing I found with the on the test drive using the Autopilot, it makes you more able to take your time to observe your surroundings. When you're driving, you put it in auto drive, it's not about going hands-free and just letting the car drive. It's just you're still driving normally and you still got your hands on your wheel. It's just that you can take longer to look at your mirror, look at your blind spots. You can take longer to read a sign because you know the car is going to drive itself. It's going to slow down if it needs to, and it makes driving a lot more relaxed. So we just entered an A road, and I'm going to try and test out the cruise control first. Cruise control unavailable. Interesting. Problem with the camera, it says. Cruise control unavailable. Have to calibrate the cameras. Okay, so when you first drive it, you need to drive it for a little while for the cameras to calibrate themselves. So unfortunately, we can't test cruise control or Autopilot just yet. I can actually hear some wind. It looks like it feels like the door's open, the window's open, but it's actually just wind noise. I can see why people get annoyed with that. It's subtle, but it sounds different from the rest of the car. It sounds like wind coming from a window. So we drove for a bit and the camera's calibrated now, and it's allowed me to go into cruise control. And actually all I did was just hit the stick down, and it recognizes the car in front, and it just stayed at this speed. What is different about this cruise control is if there was no one in front of us, the car would have accelerated to 50 miles an hour. It would not have entered cruise control at the speed you're driving. So it's interesting how weird that will be. And actually the speed is 40 here. So it's set to max 50. The speed is 40. So I'm curious to see if it will go above that. But it won't at the moment because there's a truck in the way. So my foot is off the accelerator at the moment completely. I can change the distance that I am to the car with this button on my right. 2 car lengths will bring me closer, and it has gone above 40 actually, even though the speed limit is 40. But I'm going to keep the distance at 5 until I feel comfortable. If I hit the stick down again, it should hopefully enter auto steering, but it's not, or autopilot. Autopilot. Go to autopilot settings. Okay, autopilot is not enabled right now. Alright, so so we stopped the car and I enabled auto steer. So I'm going to give it a try now. So I double tap on the stick, 2 blue lines come up, so we are in autopilot now. I'm going to keep my hands on the wheel, but I am not steering right now. If I don't apply any weight, it will ask me to hold the wheel in a minute. I think, let's see how long it goes. So my feet are off the pedals. Actually hasn't asked me to hold the wheel at all. Okay, so now it's asking me to hold the wheel. Apply a little bit of a weight so it knows that your hand is there. Just for safety in case you need to take corrective action. So one of the things that I was interested in, because we didn't buy the fully autonomous driving pack, which allows you to change lanes, what is that experience going to be like with just autopilot? And I'm hoping it's going to be seamless. You just deactivate autopilot and change lanes. Alright, let's see what happens here. All the cars in front are slowing down. I'm feeling a little bit nervous right now. It feels a little bit fast, but it's slowing down. Car came in, slowed down quite hard. I was a little bit nervous. I was about to hit my brake, but I actually handled that quite well. The white car cut in quite suddenly.
Will you do anything?
Yeah. It's scary, but you will eventually trust it. And sorry, I was saying about the lane changing. I'll do that after this traffic's cleared up a little bit. Car cut in again, quite harshly. Car slowed down. I was about to hit my brake again, but obviously this is the first time I'm experiencing it to this level. So when I had the test drive, there wasn't a lot of traffic. I didn't get to test it to this extent. Car stopped now in autopilot. I haven't touched anything, and that is amazing. Okay, there's no. So as we went over the lights, it gave me back control because there were no lane markings. This is why you need to have your hands on the wheel. You need to be able to take over in these kind of situations. But it was seamless, right? I didn't need to wrestle it too much. I'm going to activate it again. And we're driving again. So I'm going to try and change lanes now. Let's see how seamless that is. So there's a car right to my right. It gave me control instantly, actually. That was pretty seamless. nice and tight. And it won't let me go back into autopilot because there are no right-hand lane markings, I believe. Oh, no, it did that time. And let's see if I try and change lanes. Okay, so it just, when I hit the indicator, it actually just gave me control. That's pretty nice. So if you're going in autopilot and you hit an indicator, it will disengage and give you control. What is up, guys? We are home safe and sound finally. Kids are in there playing games at the moment, watching Netflix, enjoying themselves. I came home, I spent a good 30-40 minutes going through every single menu option, making myself comfortable with the car. We drove for about two and a half hours today, so I've got a nice feel for the car now, and hopefully over the next few days I'm going to get it tinted. I'm going to do some dechroming, and I'll bring you some content for that. So if something that might interest you, then please do hit subscribe, and hopefully see you soon.